It's nearly impossible to imagine anyone who hasn't seen at least one Spider-Man movie, right? These films have swung from building to building right into our hearts with their high-flying action and deep emotional moments. But still, there's a treasure trove of scenes and details that never made it to the big screen. Yes, we're talking about those hidden gems that could have given a whole new twist to our favorite superhero saga. And no matter how many times you've seen Spider-Man swing across the city, there are always many hidden details and scenes that might have slipped past you. And in this video, we're going to shine a spotlight on those secret nuggets, as well as reveal some incredible scenes that were cut from the final films. You are watching your favorite YouTube channel, Secret Screen Stories, your ultimate destination for all the secret and stunning details your favorite films have tucked away. In today's video, we're about to show you the top 20 hidden details and scenes deleted from the Spider-Man movies. These are those scenes that stayed in the shadows, never making it to the silver screen, but have the power to totally transform your view of our beloved web-slinger. So let's not waste any more time. Starting with number 1, we've got a deleted scene that could have turned friendly skies stormy. Number 1. A missed twist in Spider-Man Homecoming. In Spider-Man Homecoming, which was Spidey's big solo debut in the MCU, we all loved the dynamic duo of Peter Parker and his best bud, Ned Leeds. These two were thick as thieves, right? But there was a scene that got snipped from the final cut that would have added some serious spice to their buddy-buddy vibe. This particular scene showed a crack forming in their superhero partnership.
You can't tell anybody about this. You gotta keep it a secret.
Well, secret why?
You know what she's like. If she finds out people try and kill me every single night, she's not gonna let me do this anymore. Come on, Ned, please.
Okay. I'll level with you.
Imagine this, a little disagreement that hinted at a future where these best friends could have turned into fierce foes. The scene subtly suggested that their friendship might not be as rock solid as we thought.
Kid all the time.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Setting the stage for Ned possibly becoming the villainous Hobgoblin, like he does in the comics. Now, just think about how wild that would have been. Our lovable Ned turning bad? It's just the kind of twist that makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about these characters. Number 2. The missed Morales connection. Here's something you might not know. In Spider-Man Homecoming, we almost got a double dose of hints about the future of Spider-Man. Alongside the existing nod to Miles Morales, there was a deleted scene that would have taken that hint and cranked it up a notch. Imagine this. Aaron Davis stuck to a car, desperately making a phone call to his nephew Miles, explaining why he's running late. Sounds pretty simple, right? But think about it. This scene would have firmly placed Miles Morales in the MCU, not just as a passing mention, but as a real presence waiting in the wings. It's like the filmmakers were almost ready to say, hey, get ready for something big. This subtle setup could have hinted at big changes for Peter Parker's future.
I'll take those! No, wait. Hey guys, the illegal weapons deal ferry was at 10:30. You missed it!
Number 3. The Tri Skellion Tangle. Next up at number 3, we've got a scene that could have tangled up the MCU's timeline even more. In another scene from Spider-Man Homecoming that didn't quite make the cut, we watch a glimpse of the crashed Tri Skellion in Washington, D.C. The scene shows the ongoing cleanup of the wreckage, a minor detail that might not seem like much at first glance. However, keeping this scene would have stirred up a timeline tempest. It would have pinned down the timeline to 8 years later, suggesting that cleanup efforts had been dragging on for 6 years with little to no progress. This could have forced the MCU to juggle even more dates and details to keep the story straight.
Try to save you!
By cutting this scene, the filmmakers dodged a continuity crisis. Close call. Number 4. Spider-Man's Galactic Rescue. Let's move on to number 4, and guys, this is a big one. In Avengers Infinity War, there's a deleted scene where Spider-Man doesn't just fight alongside the Avengers, he becomes a galactic hero all on his own.
Not cool.
Picture this: Spider-Man, fresh in space, saves the entire Guardians of the Galaxy crew and then gets a crash course from Doctor Strange on soul-saving tactics. This scene would have shown a more capable and decisive Spider-Man much earlier in his journey, elevating his status among the Avengers. However, showcasing such heroics could have overshadowed his growth in later films. By leaving this out, the filmmakers kept Spidey's hero arc on a steady, believable climb. But just imagine the cheers in theaters if we'd seen our webhead saving the galaxy. Number 5. Spidey's early European fame. Kicking off our 5th hidden detail, did you know that Spider-Man Homecoming almost gave our favorite web-slinger an international reputation way before Far From Home? That's right! There was a deleted scene showing Spider-Man making headlines in Germany, right after the clash of the Avengers. This scene had him rescuing people and becoming a media darling in Germany. If this scene had stayed, Peter Parker walking the streets of Europe in Far From Home would have been quite different. He might have been mobbed by fans. Though it was meant to be a lighthearted addition, this scene could have given a whole new angle to Spider-Man's story in the MCU.
You okay? Daddy, go!
Number 6. America Chavez's early arrival. Moving on to number 6, Spider-Man No Way Home was almost a launchpad for another Marvel hero, America Chavez. That's right, there were whispers of plans to introduce America in No Way Home.
How much experience do you guys have with the multiverse?
We have experience of the multiverse. Most recently, there was an incident with Spider-Man.
What man?
Spider-Man, he has the powers of a spider.
Hence the name.
Gross.
Aligning perfectly with the movie's multiverse chaos. Can you imagine her popping up alongside Spider-Man before making a splash in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Her early introduction could have shaken up the MCU's timeline, and maybe even hinted at the formation of the Young Avengers a bit sooner. Although the change might seem minor, having America debut in a Spider-Man movie instead of a Doctor Strange flick could have subtly shifted her narrative impact. Number 7. Morgan Stark's moment. And here at number 7, we nearly had a heart-tugging reunion in Spider-Man No Way Home. Morgan Stark, Tony Stark's daughter, was rumored to appear, offering a piece of encouragement to Peter Parker. Picture this: Morgan stepping in to connect with Spider-Man, possibly reminding him of her dad's legacy and their shared past. This scene would have not only pulled at our heartstrings, but also hinted at Morgan's potential future as a hero in her own right. It would have reinforced Spider-Man's connection to the Stark legacy, almost like passing the torch, or in this case, the arc reactor. Though it didn't make the final cut, just imagining this scene gives you chills, doesn't it? Number 8. The father figure we never saw. Next up, our 8th hidden detail. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was set to deliver a jaw-dropping twist with Peter Parker meeting his supposedly deceased father at Gwen Stacy's grave.
Peter. I don't want to frighten you.
Imagine that emotional roller coaster. Instead of the lone, embittered hero that we saw in Spider-Man No Way Home, Peter could have had his dad, Richard Parker, by his side, offering guidance and perhaps altering his path of vengeance. This scene would have totally reshaped Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, introducing a layer of family drama and support that wasn't previously explored. Though it might seem like a small ripple, this change would have added a profound depth to his character in the MCU.
Just the smallest fraction of the things we symbiotes have experienced.
Okay.
Ready, Eddie?
Yeah.
Number 9. Venom joins the fight. Next up at number 9, did you catch the buzz about Venom almost crashing the final battle in Spider-Man No Way Home? Yeah, you heard that right. Instead of just teasing a glimpse in the mid-credits, Venom was reportedly slated to throw down alongside the Spider-Men against those notorious villains. Tom Hardy's Venom joining the fray would have not only amped up the action, but also firmly knotted Sony's Spider-Man universe with the MCU. Just think of the possibilities. Venom's full appearance could have set the stage for more tangled adventures in the MCU. making his role in the universe much more clear. It's like discovering your favorite character has a twin brother who's just as cool. Number 10. Wolverine's Lost Cameo. And at number 10, hold on to your hats, because Wolverine was almost part of Spider-Man in 2002. Hugh Jackman revealed that a lost suit foiled plans for a cameo that could have kickstarted a shared Marvel universe way before the MCU was even a thing. Had Wolverine shown up in Spider-Man's world, we might be looking at an entirely different Marvel cinematic landscape today. Imagine the early 2000s with Spider-Man and Wolverine as the pillars of a burgeoning superhero universe. This scene would have been a monumental crossover, possibly changing the whole game for Marvel movies. Number 11. DIY web shooters. Kicking off our 11th hidden detail, did you know that in the original Spider-Man, Peter Parker was supposed to create his own web shooters? That's right. Instead of the organic webbing that made it to the final cut, Peter was initially going to get a little more hands-on with his superhero gadgets. This tweak would have aligned more closely with the comic books, where Peter's scientific genius is showcased when he creates the web shooters himself. Number 12. Stan Lee's extraordinary cameo. Moving on to number 12, Stan Lee's cameos are always a highlight, but his original spot in Spider-Man had a little extra flavor that got cut. He wasn't just going to make a brief appearance, he was supposed to interact directly with Peter Parker, asking him to buy sunglasses and dropping a cheeky reference to the X-Men. This cameo would have been a fun nod to another Marvel universe, building a subtle bridge between Spider-Man and the X-Men well before any formal crossover. It's the kind of Easter egg that fans would have gone nuts over, like discovering a secret handshake with your favorite superhero. Number 13. Peter's Little Fans.
Hey, Spider-Man.
I knew you'd come back.
At number 13, there's a heartwarming scene that didn't make it into Spider-Man. After heroically saving people from falling debris, Peter was going to be spotted by a couple of admiring children, who praised him for his actions. The scene would end with Peter putting a finger to his lips, a silent plea to keep his superhero identity a secret. This adorable interaction would have added a sweet touch to Spider-Man's narrative, reinforcing his role as a neighborhood hero in the eyes of young fans.
Watch out!
Number 14. Norman's Masked Talk. Next on our list, and coming in at number 14, there's a mysterious cut scene where Norman Osborn has a sinister chat with his Green Goblin mask. This alternative scene was filmed, but only survived in the blooper reel. It would have given us another peek into Norman's fractured psyche, showcasing his descent into madness. The inclusion of this scene could have deepened the dark vibe of his transformation, making it not just about power, but also a struggle within. It'd be like finding a hidden floor in a haunted house, revealing the ghost you always suspected was there.
But Parker, we can destroy him.
I can't.
Betrayal must not be countenanced. Parker must be educated.
Number 15. Mr. Aziz's Pizza Parlor Pressure. Coming up next in our Unseen Moments, we have a deleted scene from Spider-Man 2, where Mr. Aziz turns up the heat in the pizza parlor. This extended clip had him barking orders and putting poor Peter Parker on the spot to cover someone else's delivery shift.
21 minutes ago, in comes order. Hamilton, Burton, and Smith. 8 extra large deep dish pizzas. In 8 minutes, I am defaulting on Joe's 29-minute guarantee. Then, not only am I receiving no money for these pizzas, but I will lose the customer forever to Pizza-Year.
This scene would have added a sprinkle of everyday hustle to Peter's life, showing just how hard he's juggling his double life. It's almost like peeking behind the curtain to see how the magic happens. Except the magic is making pizzas and dodging angry bosses. Number 16. A tense birthday in Spider-Man 2. Moving on to a more intense moment, imagine a scene in Spider-Man 2 where Harry Osborn confronts Peter about his father's death, accusing Spider-Man of murder. In an attempt to calm Harry down, Peter uses the death of his own uncle as a heart-wrenching analogy, aiming to cool the flames of Harry's vendetta. The scene would have ended on a lighter note though, with Aunt May and Mary Jane singing happy birthday to Peter.
How are you, Pete?
Hi, MJ.
Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Long time no see.
So, how's the play? I read a great review.
Number 17. Peter's moped security. Next up, we've got a down-to-earth moment from Spider-Man 2 that shows Peter chaining his moped to a lamppost before heading into his apartment. An everyday act of a superhero with very human concerns. While this scene did make it into some TV airings, it wasn't in the special 2.1 edition of the movie. Including this scene in all versions could have given us a little more of Peter Parker's normal life, highlighting the mundane amidst the mayhem. It's like finding out your superhero friend worries about bike theft too. It's just so relatably heroic. Number 18. The ultimate showdown. Moving on, Spider-Man 2 almost brought us an even more thrilling brawl between our favorite web-slinger and the menacing Dr. Octopus. Picture this. An extended smackdown where Spider-Man is ensnared by Doc Ock's relentless tentacles. Just when you think Spidey's caught, he scales a building and flips the script, pinning Doc Ock down to land a flurry of punches. This amped-up fight scene would have given fans extra minutes of edge-of-your-seat action, showing Spider-Man's resilience and tactical smarts. Number 19. Spider-Man gets pitched. Next up, imagine Spider-Man stepping into an elevator only to be met by a PR whiz ready to turn him into a brand. In this deleted scene, a fast-talking marketer tries to hand Spidey his business card, dreaming of logos, slogans, and superhero endorsements. But our hero? He's not buying what the guy's selling, and declines the offer with typical Parker politeness.
I really was planning on it all day. And I know you predicted I'd disappoint you.
This lighthearted moment would have added a humorous twist to the otherwise intense storyline, showcasing the quirky side of being a known superhero in a very commercial world. Number 20. Peter Parker's psychological puzzle. And finally, the last unseen scene in today's video is from Spider-Man 2. After a routine checkup, Peter Parker discusses his dreams of being Spider-Man, but instead of a simple chat, the doctor hints at recommending a psychiatrist, touching on Peter's identity crisis and the challenge of truly becoming oneself. This version would have delved deeper into Peter's psychological battles, framing his superhero dilemmas in a context relatable to anyone facing their own identity issues. And there you have it, friends. If you loved diving into these hidden scenes and details from the Spider-Man movies, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. We've got tons more secrets and stunning revelations from your favorite blockbuster movies and series waiting in the wings. So stay tuned, keep watching, and let us be your guide to the most thrilling cinematic adventures. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.